thank you for joining yet another episode of the Leadership Masterclass by Ihama. Is your host, of course, Ihama, the author of the book, The Mystique of Leadership, and the president of the International School of Greatness. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about the power of your story. Yes, the power of your story. A lot of people don't know this, but your greatest asset in life is not your financial accomplishment. It's not your mansion, your car, the fast car, or even a private jet. It's not the money in your bank account. It's not even your educational qualification. Because what you studied in the university just 2 years ago, guess what? Is becoming obsolete as I speak. Your greatest asset in life is your story. Because in your story lies your glory. And I often say this, if you've heard me speak, in your pain is your purpose, in your mess is your message. What I'm here to tell you about is what most people don't talk about, what they talk about the least, what they rather not share over the barbecue or in the Christmas party at work is their story. And yet, your story is meant to position you for the greatest height you can ever accomplish on this planet. Let me give you an example. What does Oprah Winfrey do? Oprah Winfrey basically creates a platform for people to tell their stories, and she's worth billions of dollars. So my question to you today is, how much are you worth from your story? How much are you getting from your story? I wrote a book about my story, Welcome to Greatness. It evolved into the School of Greatness, and today we have campuses in over 14 countries worldwide. Tanzania, Ghana, Nigeria, School of Greatness everywhere, School of Greatness in Canada, School of Greatness in the US. You go on Facebook and go see over 100,000 people following School of Greatness just from my story. So what I want to share in this video, which is actually part of a program we call Ignite in the School of Greatness, is 5 steps to harnessing the power of your story. I don't know where your story is. What I do know is over the last 20 years that I've been coaching, I have heard so much story. When I started coaching, when I started as a new coach, there were times I couldn't even sleep because of the pain in people's story they shared with me in coaching sessions. I know people who've been sexually abused by their father. I know people who've been betrayed and abandoned. I know people who, somebody told them your mother tried to abort you 3 times and it didn't work. And you can tell the abuse and the pain that person went through. We've been able to release a lot of people from their pain. And I'm about to share with you 5 steps to harnessing the power of your story. Why do you have to harness the power of your story? For 2 fundamental reasons I teach at the School of Greatness. Number 1 is impact. We were created to make an impact. Your life will be empty if nobody is looking up to you for inspiration. And that's a fact. When people feel they are no longer impactful, that's when they shift down to discouragement, to dejection, to depression, and in some cases, to suicide. We see that all the time. We were created to be people of impact. Even the birds, even the flowers. Why does the flower look so beautiful? To make an impact. Why does the eagle have to go so high in the sky to make an impact? What impact are you making? The second fundamental reason why you need to harness the power of your story is income. A lot of people forget about that. If you have to, until you are making money while you are sleeping, you're not really making money. If you have to be there 9 to 5 and get paid, well, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're talking about residual income. We're talking about generational wealth. We're talking about leaving a legacy that will bless your children's children when you're long gone. Those are the 2 reasons. There's over 100 reasons why you must harness your story, but they all come down to these 2, impact and income. Now, let me share with you quickly 5 steps to harnessing the power of your story. And as I said earlier on, this is actually just a prelude, if you will, to the actual program called Ignite, Ignite. Ignite is a program which we have facilitated for people literally all over the world. We have students in Australia who've gone through this. We have students in Tanzania, in Angola, in Nigeria, like literally all over the world. So it doesn't matter where you are, you can actually partake in this program. What will happen is when you sign up for a program like this, you receive videos like this, which is really more detailed, more instructional, if you will. By 90-minute video teaching you how to actually put what I'm about to say into practice. So let me quickly share with you 5 steps to harnessing the power of your story. Number 1 is purpose. In your pain is your purpose. When you discover your purpose in your pain, what happens is suddenly you now have a key to open the vault to the pain you've been through, to the whatever experience you've been through in life. It's all locked up in a vault right now in your mind, in your heart. Your purpose is that. What purpose does, and you probably heard me speak about purpose for almost 20 years, but what purpose does is it gives you a different perspective. And until you see the purpose in your pain, your story will remain painful. In fact, you won't like to share your story. Those who have unlocked their story, you can tell them, right? They're full of joy, they're full of passion and all that. So the second step is passion. What happens is when you discover the key to the vault of your experiences, all the accumulation of everything you've been through in life, it opens up what I call a wellspring of inspiration. Suddenly, you begin to look at your pain and be thankful for it. You begin to look at your abuse and be thankful for it, because you begin to know that who you are and who you can be and who you should be is based on nothing else but your pain, your story. That's number 2. Number 3 is principles. Principles, what it does, those are just guiding forces. They are like pillars. Principles tells you, listen, you need to guard your heart. Principles tells you need to be passionate. There's a particular set of principles we teach in the program, 7 of them, that will enable you to begin to turn your story into your glory, to begin to harness the power of your story. The 4th one is product. This is where it gets a little bit complicated. A lot of people, at least most people, will discover their purpose, start to generate passion, and perhaps even have a set of principles. But how do you now go from impact to income? Because you see, what income does is it expands your impact. You can make impact all you want. Even Mother Teresa, as we know, beautiful woman who made so much impact in the lives of poor people all over the world. Without the income, she could not have gotten that far. So the income begins when you turn your purpose into a product. What's a product? A product is a book. A product is a song. A product is a design. A product, iPhone is a product, right? Microsoft software, this is our product. What is the product in you right now? I mean, my mentor, Dr. Miles Moreau, of blessed memory, he has this popular quotation where he said, the richest fields on the planet is not the oil fields in Saudi Arabia, not the bank vault in Switzerland. The richest place on earth, Dr. Miles Moreau said, is the graveyard. Why? Because in the graveyard are people who passed away with their songs unheard. People who passed away with books in them. People who passed away with the cure for cancer, with the cure for HIV. People who passed away with their talent, their pain, their story, their purpose. My prayer for you is you begin to see the importance of harnessing the power of your story so your product can come out. Why? Your product becomes your legacy. When you pass on, your product stays behind. That's the power of it. So, I mean, the last class I just went through Ignite, most of them actually are published authors. They've written books, right? So that's a product. And we work with them to create the 5th step now, which is program. So there's the purpose, there's the passion, there's the principles, there's a product, and there's the program. I often say this story. I went to speak in this conference, massive conference, 5,000 leaders, like politicians, pastors, professors. It was really huge. The most beautiful conference center in that city. And as I was going out right off the stage, people were just following me, sign autograph and this, and this woman stepped out of the aisle and she says, "May I just have a moment with you, sir?" I said, "Sure, why not? Walk with me." And in just a brief moment, she told me her story. She was married for over 10 years and I've been praying and hoping to have a child. They've gone through the medical, they've tried literally everything that we know about with regards to having a baby medically and spiritually and otherwise, but there was no baby. And on her 50th birthday, God gave her a gift. She became pregnant, 50 years old. I stopped in my track. I said, "That's your story. You need to write a book." A year later, she called me and she's written a book. Today, she's written 3 books. Not only that, she actually went through our Ignite program and she's now a certified coach and a certified speaker, using her story to make a massive level of impact and a sustainable income. So you see, that baby she had is going to grow up and still be reaping the fruit of the product that the mom left behind. These are 5 steps, quick steps, to harnessing the power of your story. But of course, we want to work with you. We want to work with you to not just discover your purpose, not just open the wellspring of passion or principles, but to build product from your story and to help you create programs and then send you into the world to begin to make massive impact and massive income. It's Alex Ihama again talking about the 5 steps to harnessing the power of your story. And if you feel, which I know if you've been watching this video for the last few seconds, so definitely there are things in you that needs to come out. And we want to help. Go to my website right now, alexihama.com. Find me on Facebook, on Twitter. Send me a message. Register for the next class of Ignite. The next class perhaps is happening in Europe, wherever is happening, wherever you are. A class will happen. You can actually conference into the class online. You can, in fact, receive a set of videos like this, more detailed, more instructional, to enable you to turn your story to your glory. Again, it's Alex Ihama, and thank you very much for watching this video. I hope and look forward to seeing you in class.